Starting this week, I'm just going to go ahead and include everything we do throughout the week with our 5 in a row studies, just so everybody can get an aspect of everything we do. So this is the second week in October. These are the books that we got along to go with our, of course, our 5 in a row. So we have We All Fall for Apples. This was a good book. My son was able to read. Actually, my son was able to read all of these out loud. Some he did read just to children. We read these either once during one a day, or we read them during tea time. I think 2 of these we read just this past that we didn't get to. We try to read them like that. Here's the first one. This is 10 apples, if I'm not mistaken. 10 apples on top, which is a very long book. It looks long, but it's very short, and it's a very funny book. The kids did like that one. We All Fall for Apples. This was a great one as well. And then, so it's very easy for those who are barely starting to read. We did pick those ones up. Here is this one. I believe, yes, it was this one that I loved. I love this book. It is a year older book, but it does explain the different things you can do with apples. And at the end, it had the right there too, it had a world map of where you can buy apples, how the apples get to you from the trees to the store. It gives you the apple-related character or apple-related people. So we have Johnny Appleseed, William Tell. Those are people you can add. So for older kids, you could actually go and research that and have them do a research paper. Tells you the steps of how to growing an apple. And then we had starter apple words, which is really cute. I love that they had some vocabulary words in there, and then it tells you what page they are, so your child can go back and check that out. So I do like this book, and I am going to actually try to find it for us to own here. So we have it go with our books. Again, the Apple Tree was a really good book as well. Sure, my son was able to read this one, 3rd grade, so he's able to read it. It was a cute little story. At the very end, it's very funny because after they spend all this time eating or growing this tree from a seed and get the apples, the next day they're supposed to pick them, but that night a hungry possum sneaks up and scrunch, crackle, slurp. He ate the whole lot, stalk, seed, and all. The kids thought that was funny, but it was sad too. So that was a great story. Last one I have, The Biggest Apple. This taught lesson in here was basically competition, but then it taught how when they joined together they were able to create something and still get the same feeling, and at the same time they were able to share with others when they worked together. So that was a great book as well. And those are the books we have going on with our row. Our weeks usually start off with geography, so we really did like the fact that this book had its own little map in the back. While I read our story for the day, I usually allow my kids to play with Legos or draw or whatnot, and my son drew this while we were doing it. That was super awesome. Of course, we had to go get apples for anything that, for an apple roll, you just have to get apples. During the grocery store, we actually weighed apples. We had them name the apples, price the apples, and try to figure out. We looked at on the top, it shows their sweetness and their tartness. When we got back home, we pulled out our index cards and we wrote the names of each apples on the back. The kids drew pictures on them. They're kind of used to this because this is what we do for vocabulary. I'll write a word and on the back they'll draw a picture of what it means. So this was pretty neat. They drew their picture of each apple they chose. They did put some color on it. Afterwards, we did go ahead and cut them, and it was taste testing time. We wrote down our favorite apples and our least favorite apples. With all the apples that we had left over, we made some mini tarts for them. They were not as delicious as we thought they did. Definitely did not throw the pills. I saved those and I used them for for a fall aroma throughout the house. Just simple apple peel, cinnamon, and that's all you need. Here are our vocabulary words. I did not turn these around, so off of my head I know some are eggs and some were chickens or whatnot. On Wednesdays we do art, and this is Rollins, my 3-year-old. They let them draw. They used Art Hub for this one, so it was something funny with apples. They do show them how to color it in, but they're able to do it themselves, any color they want. During art, we also did some painting. We definitely, if you do not follow Pepper and Pine, I will leave her link in my description. You need to follow her if you're looking for an extra little craftiness that your kids will love. These peg dolls are awesome. I got mine off of Amazon. I will leave the link for those as well. This one my son created. He did little arrows. Again, that was inspired by Pepper and Pine. We do some needle pointing. We used embroidery thread to stitch these onto felt, so it was very simple. I really hope you start enjoying my videos. Please let me know if you have any questions. Leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.